Just waiting on YouTube. I think our next big catalyst for crypto will be that Blackrock spot ETF, though. It's inevitable. It's gonna come. These guys know that people want to trade Bitcoin. What's up, Layton? Welcome to the stream. Welcome, everybody. We just, in the next 1 minute, gonna get this new 30-minute candle rolling in here. When the new 30-minute candle comes in here, I'll put it up. What's up, Layton? You looking at any of the charts this morning? Alright, 30-minute just came in here. Let's go over every chart and switch it to 30 minutes. Let's see what the 30 looks like. I have to turn off the drawing so we can see very clearly. 30-minute does look a little bit sketch. We're very far above that moving average for Bitcoin 200 EMA. We have liquidations up above 29,000 though. The liquidations down below. We do have a lot of concentrations right here, the orange, and down here, the orange. And those are the lower leverage positions. At the very bottom is down to 25,000. Bottom, this one's 26,426. The question is, where will market makers want to push us? And looking at the open interest and funding rates, some of these positions on the 30-minute may be in jeopardy. So this is what we're looking at on 30 minutes. I don't think we got the double top up there at 28,000. But if you look right here, 28,158 would be a double top and liquidate these positions. On the 30-minute, this does look like a bull flag. And I guess I can adjust some of these drawings here. Where do you put those charts? Where do you have the bull flag? Let's put this here. I don't know why that white one's there. Doge kind of like breaks down below that bull flag. As long as we're above this moving average, not too far down, Bitcoin could be bull flagging in 30 minutes. But let's look at the RSI. It's not completely oversold yet. 4-hour RSI was over 92 for Bitcoin yesterday. But if you look at the 4-hour, this is the moment we broke that downtrend on the 4-hour and started reversing back up trending. Let's head back here to the 5. So this is 5 minutes. so we can see these local liquidations. Let me share the stream and the Discord real quick. It does look like we had a lot of sell pressure, but potentially could be breaking this sell pressure heading into the 11 o'clock candle. I do want to say that there are some fundamental things that could be able to pump Bitcoin in the coming months. You know, we have this natural disasters happening across America, and eventually FEMA will run out of money. The government will have to print more money to fund the disaster efforts. And I think when they start printing more money, it will cause people to start buying up more of the legitimate stocks and legitimate cryptocurrencies. So looking at that, you got to be very, very careful. The people that get wrecked the most in crypto are the ones that short right before that money printer turns back on by Jerome Powell. So we've seen people try to short Bitcoin at $3,000, and then it ran up to 69,000. So gotta be very careful where you decide to short crypto, because you have the idea that you're gonna be in that trade for a very small period of time. Because nobody goes into Bitcoin shorting Bitcoin thinking that they can short it for a long period of time. I don't think anybody has that mindset, because they know they're betting against the United States dollar when that happens. If you're long on crypto, if you're holding crypto, you're betting that the US dollar loses its value, right? How many people in the Discord think that the US dollar has been losing its value over the last 200 years? And if you go to museums, you'll see that we have dollars and dollar bills that we don't even use anymore. Good history lesson for you. Anybody here thinks the dollar is going to gain value drastically in the coming years? If you have that argument, I would love to hear it. My headset may be down a little bit. Let me just test real quick. If this good old headset's working. FBI, open up! All right.
Well, hello. I have a not an argument towards it, but a possibility. Maybe the advancement in technology would be so great that it's not that the currency of each country, including the US, will gain value. Is that well, you will be able to get with the amount of money due to automation and how cheap things got for the industry will be more, which is almost equivalent, but it's not like the actual currency gain value. You have spoke about that before, automation and things like that. What you can get, how much technology you can acquire, or how much goods based upon how much money you're giving away.
Well, the innovation that I talked about before is one of the best ways to reduce inflation on certain goods and services. But if the government's still printing mass amounts of money, your buying power is still limited. We see the computers that we are using now for trading would have cost us millions of dollars back 20 years ago. But now they're anywhere from like $500 to $2,000 because price is cheaper. For milk is still pretty expensive compared to 20 years ago. Gasoline.
Exactly.
So I find that the products that we need to survive generally don't get cheaper, even though we have more innovation. We have people like,
Damn, bro, that was perfect.
yeah, we have people like Bill Gates buying up farmland. We have people trying to pass bills to make it harder for farmers to produce the food that Americans need to survive. So, yeah, we can get stuff like iPhones now that did not exist 20 years ago, and it looks great, and we have this innovation. Our trading fees are a lot cheaper now because most of it's on a computer, and we don't have to pay a broker or call a broker and write this stuff down on paper. But at the end of the day, the only way we're going to make some stuff like even cheaper than it already is, like gasoline and water, is by a whole different mindset on the political spectrum. The earth is full of water, but the governments don't want to filter out that salt water. And they think you need a large amount of energy created by fossil fuels to convert it. But you really don't need to. You could build rivers and let gravity do most of the work. You could let thunderstorms, rain, wind do most of that work for getting that salt out of the ocean water if you build strategic rivers across the United States as well. And then you can take that water from the rivers, spring waters, clean it up just a tad bit more, and then boom, you have nice water that you can use for watering plants, right? You don't have to heat up the water and evaporate it just to get that salt out. You can use rivers and use rocks and minerals to leach the salt out of that water.
I'm still picturing the whole system in my head.
Yeah, we have a lot of great engineers in the United States as well. Speaking about great engineers, many of them have come from other countries because our college system in America gives them that freedom to study a little bit more advanced and get a higher level degree. Elon Musk is living in America now. He is a good engineer in my opinion, but his engineering is focused more on electric and robotics. But we had some more structural engineers. I think we could build a mega river to get rid of a large portion of salt water from the ocean. The only problem with America is that people do own the land privately, right? But they don't want to sell it to the government sometimes. So the government has to build this where they already own the land. And I don't want the government to force people to sell their property to do this either. If anybody wants to sell their property, I feel like the government should pay the price that the property is worth and not try to do anything shady. I've seen city councils offer people $600 for a small piece of their land for putting up utility poles and stuff. But that $600 is not worth it because their house value and their land value goes down like over $10,000 because of stuff like that. So as long as there's no corruption there, I would like to see this giant river built.
Man, when you talk about all of that, you make me think about a possible time in which, we as a species master some type of solar fusion or the synthetic fusion they're trying to do, and then it make all of everything else irrelevant, like as a society, I believe that we might be using right now less than 1% of all of the power that we will eventually need and produce through fusion.